Okay, so once you've boiled the cabbage, you should end up strained it with just a sieve into an empty beaker or glass. Make sure it's okay to handle the heat. You can wait till it cools down, it doesn't have to be hot. You should end up with a nice purple liquid that looks like that. That's your red cabbage indicator. So that's the indicator we're going to use to test some solutions. So the solutions we're looking at today are 8 different solutions. The first one is something that you wouldn't necessarily get at home. It's hydrochloric acid. Because while I'm here in the lab, I can use it. That is a strong acid. So this is 0.1 molar. We've also got then on our list, if we go from a strong acid to a weak acid, this is something that you would have at home. This is vinegar. So that's our number 2. Number 3 is just some distilled water. The only reason it's distilled is so that we can get the ions out of it. So it's just water that's been boiled in a kettle and then allowed to cool. So that if you want to, you can use just normal tap water or just use the water that's been heated in a kettle. The 4th solution we're looking at is a weak base. So that's a salt solution. So that's just normal water, and we've added some table salt. You can warm it up to help the salt dissolve, but it doesn't have to be a saturated solution. So it's just enough to make it distinctly different from just the plain old water. Our 5th solution is sodium hydroxide solution. Again, this isn't something that you would normally have at home, but a good substitute would be bleach. So if you have bleach that you use in your laundry, that would be a reasonable substitute. That is an alkaline substance. So these are the ones that we know. So this is a strong acid, weak acid, a neutral substance. The salt is a weak alkaline or weak base. And this one here is the sodium hydroxide is a strong base. So these are all our known substances. The ones that we're going to look at then to compare and classify is some lemon juice, just plain old lemon juice, some soft drink, so carbonated soft drinks, you probably can't see the bubbles, that's been allowed to sort of sit and go a little bit flat, so it's not completely carbonated. And then the last one is an antacid tablet. So it's just a normal antacid, Mylands or something like that I've just dissolved into some warm water and just given it a good stir with the spoon. So these are our 8 substances that we're going to test against with our purple red cabbage indicator. So what I'm actually going to do is, if I turn these around so that you can see the colour that they go. So these are just some test tubes, and I've just labelled on the piece of paper 1 through to 4, so that I know that this is going to be the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So that's our strong acid, weak acid, neutral, weak base. And then the last 4 in this test tube rack. Now you can use just some glasses for this. So this one will be the strong base or strong alkaline. So that's our bleach, or for me that's the sodium hydroxide. Number 6 is going to be the lemon juice. 7 is our soft drink, and 8 is going to be the antacid tablet. Alright, so you don't need very much of the solution. These are all clear, apart from a couple of the cloudy ones. These are all clear substances. So by labelling the different test tubes or containers allows me to easily see what's going to happen for each of them. Because once you put them all into the test tube or into your glass or vessel that you might be using, you actually won't be able to tell the difference. So, alright, so that's our first one was our strong acid. This is our vinegar, this is our weak acid. And you notice I'm using gloves. You can just use a pair of household rubber gloves, just something, because obviously I'm using a strong acid here and I am using a strong alkaline like your bleach. That's actually not the sort of thing that you really want to get onto your skin if you can help it. So, you know, advise just a pair of old washing up gloves would suffice. Now this is just our water. It doesn't want to come out. There we go, so just normal distilled water. Solution. So you can see I'm just putting in approximately a couple of centimetres of each. This is our bleach. And 5. And here's our lemon juice. You can just squeeze some lemon. I just use the juice. You can see that this, so that was actually carbonated. And the last is the acid tablet. Alright, so now we're just going to go and get a pipette. These, I can now just add. Now this is just an eyedropper or a pipette, it's nothing fancy. I'm just going to add a couple of drops in each. Alright, so this pipette has approximately 3 mils. So, and we just spilt it, dripped everywhere. Alright. Okay, so initially I'll just look at those first